I just completed my 250th hour in War Thunder. It's taken me a little over 2 years at this point now, and today I'm going to show you pretty much the aircraft and the tanks that I've kind of gotten over those last 2 years. If you guys haven't seen my last short, I just applied for OTS and have been out of War Thunder for about 5 to 6 months now. So I'm just starting to get back in the game, and I think this is a good starting point because I can kind of figure out what tanks worked for me and what tanks didn't work for me. Same with aircraft as well too. So with that said, today we're just pretty much going to go over some of the tanks that I actually loved in War Thunder and some of the aircraft that I loved in War Thunder. So let's get started with the American tech tree. All right, let's start out by going over the starting 5 in our lineup here. The M41A1. This is probably my favorite side of the tech tree. It's a light tank, so it moves extremely fast. It's also in line with the M18 GMC and the M24, which are also some of my most favorite tanks ever, primarily because they're just fast. I mean, if you will go up against like a 50 cal or a 12.7 millimeter machine gun, you're probably not going to stand a chance, or any tank round whatsoever. But it is my favorite tank ever because you just fly down the battlefield, you get into a good position at the start of the match, and you can just take shots. Like I said, the light tanks are my favorite tanks to play with, so the M18 GMC is still in my starting lineup for tanks. Primarily because it's got a 76mm cannon on it. I mean, yeah, it's an open top, so any aircraft attacking you can take you down, but it don't matter, dude. That thing is a strong cannon. It can take out tanks, even in BR 6.7, which I have, and it's just a fun tank to be because you can just roll down to the battlefield so fast. So that's kind of how I like to start up my lineup. 2 tanks, blitz down. Then we have the other 3 tanks, okay? And they say that they're mediums. Let's be honest, they're kind of heavies. The M4 T26 has the 90mm cannon on it. And this is one of my strongest guns that I could possibly have, but I hate this tank. The slewing speed is really bad. It's so darn slow. And to be honest with you, I don't really think it has good protection whatsoever. I've gotten some really good kills with it, but I've also died so many times with it. Tank in the starting lineup, the M4A3. This is my lowest BR tank, so I don't really bring it out as much. Once again, super boxy tank. Doesn't really take a lot of shots before it dies. It's kind of like if I'm doing a really good job and I have 5 tanks or 5 lives in a match, which is very rare, I'll bring this tank out. But other than that, usually not that much. All right, last tank in the starting lineup, the M26 Pershing. This is my highest BR tank of a 6.7, and it is one of my favorite tanks ever. It is actually, like, in my opinion, a tank. Like, you bring this out into the battlefield and it can just absorb shots left and right. Now, I did make a video with the M26 Pershings, and I couldn't get a kill to save my life. I think I went through like 15 games without getting a kill with this thing. I've kind of gotten past that now, and I can get some pretty consistent kills with this thing, and it is a great tank to have. The armor on it is actually very, very, very good. I think I just wasn't angling the tank the right way, so every single time I was getting shot once, everyone was just killing me right away. And also the positions I was getting in were really bad as well. But now I bring out that M41A1, and then I bring out the M26, and then if I have another life, I'll bring out that M18 GMC. And I'll get kills every single game. The next tank I'm going for is that T92. It's another light tank, and it's probably going to replace my M18 GMC. I really do need a heavy tank in my lineup, and probably after I get the T92, I'm probably going to have to go for the Jumbo. That's just what's going to probably have to happen. I've got some questions asking what my favorite tank in the American tech tree is so far, and like I said, I've only gotten to rank 4, but the favorite one I've ever played with has to be the M3 Lee. This tank is the epitome of amazingness. I love the 2 guns, the 75mm, the 37mm. It is my favorite tank by far, and I've probably gotten the most kills on it. I think I've gotten a triple kill with this tank, and that's the only tank I've ever done it with. So I don't remember ever really getting shot, but it was such a low BR that didn't really matter. That is my favorite tank by far. All right, now we're moving over to the Germany tech tree, and let me just say, I have 3 starting tanks in the Germany tech tree, and I probably could recruit another crew to have a 4th tank, but there is literally zero need for me to do that. Around 4 months ago on TikTok, I posted a small series where I would get 1 kill for every follower I got on these TikTok videos, right? And I started out using the USA tech tree because, yeah, everyone wants to see USA kills, right? Once I was getting like 16 followers per video, I just swapped to the Germany tech tree and just brought out the Tiger 1. I would literally get the 16 kills within 3 matches. All you need in the Germany tech tree is a Tiger 1H, and that's it. And then once I'm working towards the Panther D, and then I'll be unstoppable. A Tiger 1H and a Panther D, no need to do anything else. With that said, we can go over the Tiger 1H. The Tiger 1H is an 80 millimeter cannon on it, and it's a BR of a 5.7. It is a destroyer of tanks. If you can get a solid hit on a tank in the BR 5.7 with the Tiger 1H or the H1, it's an auto kill. It literally is an auto kill. And I mean, the first time I used it, I was dying a lot because I just wasn't angling it correctly. But now that I know how to use it, I feel like I literally cannot die in that thing. Going up to the next tank in my starting lineup is a Jagdpanzer IV. I don't know why. I do not know why, but I love this tank so much. The slewing sucks because you can only turn the turret so far. But if you get good shots down, you can kill all the American tanks. It's got a 75 millimeter. America doesn't even, I don't even know if they had the invention for 75 millimeters at this point, but Jagdpanzer is amazing. Last tank in my starting lineup, the VK3002. Let me tell you, if you have this tank in your starting lineup right now, you cut that out immediately. This is probably the worst tank I've ever played with. The slewing speed is the slowest I've ever seen. There's a video. I'll try to find the video and I'll put it in here, but the slewing speed took, I was lined up with another tank and it took 10 seconds, it felt like, to slew to the correct way. I mean, it ate shots. It ate like 2 shots before I could slew over there and actually take a shot on the guy. And I got the kill. But awful tank. Don't recommend it whatsoever unless you just lock your turret one angle and then you just move the body of your tank around. Other than that, though, that's pretty much all I've done on the Germany tech tree. I really don't put too much time into it. I put more time into the American tech tree, to be honest with you. Okay, this is how it all started right here. I started playing War Thunder 2 years ago, and I put the brute force of my time into the aircrafts. And the first 100 hours, I pretty much put so much into the aircrafts that's why I have so many American stuff unlocked right now. The last 150 hours, I've pretty much put into tanks. So it's kind of been mixed up, but I only followed down one tech tree, and that's the USA tech tree. For the starting lineup, I have 5 crews. The first one, P-51C-10. I'm terrible with this plane. I am awful with this plane, but I love how it looks, so that's the only reason I keep it in the lineup. I'll bring it out all the time. When I'm doing like arcade mode, best plane in arcade mode. Realistic mode, though, I can't get a kill for this thing. It's just super hard for me to actually do it, but it's got 4 12.7 millimeter guns on it, and it is a beast. So, and I also just like the paint job, so that's why I keep it in the lineup. Next up, P-47D. Not very maneuverable whatsoever, but if you get a good, I mean, you can get good kills with this thing. I mean, it's got 8 12.7 millimeter Browning machine guns on it, which is just literally insane. You're just dropping hellfire on every single aircraft that you're flying by. So that's kind of why I love it. You just win by just shots, you know? You're taking twice as many shots as everybody else, so you're bound to land one of them on the pilot. And I've gotten some really cool kills with it. I've also seen this plane multiple times in a museum, and they look beautiful. They're actually huge. Like, the picture doesn't do it justice. The motor is humongous. Like, I could fit like 3 of myself inside of it, maybe even more, probably more, but it's massive. So I like to keep it because I've seen so many of them. So yeah, the P-63A-10 King Cobra. If you are going down the American tech tree, you get this plane immediately. This plane has probably gotten me so many kills. I don't know how to check to see what my KD is with each aircraft, but this aircraft, the best one in the American tech tree so far. And I'm all the way up to what, rank 3? Yeah, I'm at rank 3, and this is by far my favorite plane ever. It's got 4 12.7 millimeter Browning machine guns, which is the same as the P-51C. And then you put a 37 millimeter M10 cannon on it. I've gotten 1 shots with this plane. If that 37 millimeter lands 1 shot on another aircraft, it's gone. It's literally the best plane ever. I mean, it's one of those planes that you can just spray and pray, and boom, you get it. Now, I will say it does jam, and the M10 fires fast. So you have 58 rounds with the M10, but I mean, if you can lock down your shots, then you're fine, you know? I mean, if you can actually line up, hold the trigger for 3 seconds, you're going to hit one of your 37 millimeter cannon shots, you know? And if you hit one, that plane's gone. It's literally shredded. One of the best planes ever. Whenever I need to get a kill or need to get myself hyped up, always bring out this plane. This plane is a dog. P51D-5, I don't even remember ever getting a kill with this thing. It's just an upgraded P51C-10. It's got 2 more 12.7 millimeter M2 Browning machine guns on it than the P51C. I'm guessing the D variant is, I don't even know what the D variant is. It just has more machine guns on it. I really haven't used it all that much. I would still bring out the P51C over the P51D because the paint job on this one is just ugly. Like, probably not the best war answer, but that's my opinion. And then every air lineup needs it. The B-25J-1, great bomber. I haven't really gone down the bomber tree at all. I mean, it's a 3.7 BR. I guess it's the same as the P51C, but I really haven't gone down it that much. But I know that that's how you get XP. I've farmed XP so much with this bomber. With that said, out of all of the aircrafts, of course, the P63A-10 is my favorite aircraft in the American Tech tree, all the way up to a 4.0 BR. However, though, the coolest kill I have ever gotten is, I guess, in an arcade battle, so I guess you guys could take it away as it not being a real kill, but with the F3F-2, it's a fighter aircraft. It's a naval fighter aircraft, I should say. And I did like a flip in the air, took a shot, boom, killed the pilot. The best kill I've ever done. Pretty cool kill. Acrobatic airplane. You know, if you're in the rank 1s right now looking to get a plane, get the F3F-2. That plane is the best plane. It really is. It really is. And then work your way down the tree to get the P63A-10 because that's the best plane. And that right there is pretty much all of the aircraft and all the tanks that I've received in War Thunder with 250 hours in it. I did forget one tank, actually. There's one more tank that I did receive, and it's a doozy. It is the M1A1 Clickbait. I will say I did spend to go get it, and the one game that I did play with it, absolutely cooked. That was not for me, you know? I mean, I'm playing BRs for the US Tech tree of like 6.0, 6.7, and I jumped up to a 12.0. Couldn't even land a shot on somebody. I think I got one critical. I made a video on it. I think I got one critical, and I was like, you know what? Critical, that's pretty much close to death. So that's good for me. But yeah, I do not recommend jumping BR like that. With that being said, those are all the tanks and the aircrafts that I've gotten playing War Thunder for 250 hours. As everyone that watches this video knows that it's a grind, you know, you have to put in a lot of hours in this game to get good tanks, and that I completely agree with that. You know, I think in another 250 hours I'll probably be up to what, a BR 8.0. If you guys are here for the grind, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. So stay tuned.